when India struggled with poverty, social inequalities and the aftermath of colonialism. And today it stands proudly as a vibrant democracy, a growing nation and a nation with a rich cultural heritage making its mark on the global stage. A very pleasant morning to all of you present here. I am Kalpana Sharma from class 9th. And today I am going to take you to an era when our motherland, India, was globally acclaimed as the Golden One, a testament to its flourishing trade and rich heritage. But then the Britishers arrived. Initially as traders and soon transformed themselves into rulers of this Golden One. But this wasn't the end. The fiery revolts led by our freedom fighters shook their foundations, and because of them, today we are breathing the fresh air of freedom, holding our heads high with dignity and shaping our own destiny as a sovereign nation. So, before the arrival of the Britishers, India was renowned for its immense wealth, flourishing trade and rich heritage. It was often referred to as the Golden One, a testament to its prosperity and the abundance of its resources. This reputation drew traders and adventurers from across the globe, including the Britishers. There were so many reasons for why India was known as the Golden One, so let's talk about some of them. Firstly, India was renowned for its high quality cotton and silk textiles. Muslin from Bengal, calico from Kozhikode, silk from Varanasi and Nagaur, and intricate handloom products were in great demand across Asia, Europe, and Africa. Then, India was the land of spices, and its aromatic treasures like pepper, cloves, cardamom, cinnamon, ginger, and turmeric were crucial commodities in global trade. Moreover, India had a dominant share, around 75% of the global spice market. And India had resources of diamonds, including the famous Golconda mines, gold, silver, and other precious gems. And the national dye indigo derived from plants was highly valued, particularly in Europe. And that's why India was known as the Golden One. The abundance of these valuable products, the skill of its artisans, and its extensive trade networks generated immense wealth and prosperity for the subcontinent. Now, the Britishers arrived, and the East India Company set up a shop in the early 17th century. They came seeking spices, textiles, and other valuable goods from this Golden One. At first, their presence seemed like a simple commercial venture. However, over time, they began to interfere in local politics, forming alliances and using their military strength to gain control. People slowly began to realize that this was no longer just about trade. Their land, resources, and way of life were being controlled by a foreign entity. The revolt of 1857, often called the First War of Independence, was a major turning point, uniting diverse sections of society against the British rule. Leaders like Rani Lakshmibai, Mangal Pandey, and Tantra Tope became symbols of this early resistance. Following this, the organized nationalist movement gained momentum in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Different ideologies emerged with leaders like Mahatma Gandhi advocating non-violent civil disobedience, while others like Bhagat Singh believed in revolutionary methods. And finally, after the relentless efforts of such great leaders, India got independence on August 15, 1947. However, freedom was just the first step. India then had to tackle all the problems that led it to be one of the poorest countries in the world. Before the British rule, India's share of the global GDP was substantial, estimated to be about 24.4%. And by the time British rule ended in 1947, India's share of the global GDP drastically reduced to 4.2%. From this, you can understand how significantly the British policies impacted the Indian economy, leading to an extensive drain of wealth. And not only this, the British regime looted nearly $45 trillion from India. And despite being left in a weak condition, India started to develop and grow. And since then, it has embarked on a journey of progress and development. And the journey started from being defeated by the Chinese army in 1962 to becoming one of the largest defense systems in the world. India has surely learned from its past errors. The Indian Railways were formed in 1951, and today India has one of the largest and busiest rail networks in the world. And just 5 years after this, India showed the world that it could be a superpower by developing Asia's first nuclear reactor, the Apsara nuclear reactor, which was developed in 1956. One of the reasons the Indian defense system has been able to attain its present position is the Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO, which was established in 1958. And by 1969, 14 banks were nationalized, and within 22 years of independence, the Indian GDP had risen to 5,844.8 crore rupees. And in the same year, the Indian space research organization, ISRO, was established. And since then, it has achieved significant milestones in the fields of space technology and exploration. And in 1971, the Indo-Pak War was a significant conflict with the primary outcome being the creation of the independent nation of Bangladesh. And now, just 3 years after this, in 1974, India conducted its first successful nuclear weapon test, codenamed Smiling Buddha in Pokhran, Rajasthan. This made India the sixth country in the world to achieve nuclear capability, though it was declared as a peaceful nuclear explosion. Then in 1975, India's first artificial satellite, Aryabhatta, was launched with the help of the Soviet Union, and the first flight test of the Agni technology demonstrator took place on May 22, 1989. In 2013, Mangalyaan, also known as the Mars Orbiter Mission, was India's groundbreaking mission to Mars, making India the first country in the world to successfully achieve Mars orbit insertion on its first try. And recently, in 2023, India's third lunar mission, Chandrayaan-3, was launched, and it made India the first country in the world to successfully soft land a spacecraft near the south pole of the moon. And despite significant progress in the field of space technology and defense systems, India has made significant progress in the fields of infrastructure, including the completion of the Atal Tunnel, world's longest highway tunnel, and the Chenab Bridge, world's highest railway bridge. But this is not the end. India is continuing to grow and develop. And today India is the fourth largest economy in the world. And it is estimated that by 2028, India's GDP will reach $5.7 trillion, making it the third largest economy in the world. And the India story is a story of hope, a story of achievement, and a story that continues to unfold. The progress we have witnessed is not a destination, but a stepping stone. Let us be inspired by the resilience of our past and the achievements of our present to create a more stronger and even prosperous India for all. Thank you.